Hey, what's going on, family? This is Tariq Nasheed, and I'm out here in the beautiful city of Washington, D.C., and I want you to join me this June 15th, 2024 for the Rally for Reparations Juneteenth celebration right here in Freedom Plaza. We came here to Freedom Plaza a few years ago. We turned up, turned out. It was a phenomenal event, and we're coming back to do it again, and we want to see you here. This year, we're going to have so many phenomenal speakers. We're going to have me hosting. We're going to have Brother Reza Islam, Sister Vicky Dillard, Greg Marcel Dixon, Black Alpha, Afro Elite, Dr. Randy Short, Dr. Mayat, and a very special music performance by hip-hop legend Big Daddy Kane. So family, you do not want to miss this. Come enjoy your foundational Black American heritage and celebrate it at the Rally for Reparations right here, Juneteenth celebration. For more information, go to rallyforreparations.com. That's rallyforreparations.com. We will see you here.
John Kinsman. John, what's up, John? John looked like one of these dudes who's in one of them Michigan militias that be training in the woods.
No,
What's up, John?
can you hear me?
I can hear you, John. How are you? John, I can hear you.
Yeah, I'm just calling. Fantastic. I wanted to call you and let you know that I think the Republican Party is right for you, my friend.
Why do you think that?
Well, number one, I think gun rights. I think I know that your number one concern is the betterment of Black people, right?
Dark people? Okay. Okay. I can.
Well, African Americans, foundational
Right.
Black Americans, the betterment of them, correct?
Right. Oh, yes, us dark people.
All right. Okay. Well, number one, I think the thing that would benefit your community the best is the right to bear arms.
Right.
I believe the Republican Party is the one who is going to do their best job. And number two, I believe also deregulation. If African Americans or foundational Black Americans would like to start a business, it would be better to get the government away from their business to allow them to start a business that they would like. And in addition, lower taxes would be very beneficial to the Black community, I believe. So that's why I would argue in stating that the Republican Party is the best for the Black American.
Well, those are kind of lift-all programs. I think whatever party would be best for us is the party that's going to say, hey, there was a historic wrong that we've done, and there was a debt that was accrued because of that wrong, and we need to make right and give compensation to that, just like we did to the Native Americans and continue to do to some of the red Native American tribes. So we're going to give you the same thing we're giving them, which are reparations, tax-free status, land grants, an anti-Black racism crime bill. So that whatever party gives that, that's the party that I'm listening to. All right?
Well, I understand exactly what you're talking about. However, here comes the question of reparations. Right. What form would that take?
Right. Just like I just mentioned, the same way they give the red Native tribes cash, land grants, tax-free status, do the exact same thing to foundational.
Well, where do you feel the foundational Black Americans should get the land? I mean, I understand completely the 40 acres and a mule, and I know that's kind of cliche and stereotypical. However, there is you're talking about land.
Yeah.
So where do you feel that land would be given?
Oh man, there's rolling hills of land all over the United States. There's just acres and rows and thousands of miles of land by a river, land in Arizona, land in California. You can give us land in Georgia, land in Florida, land in Alabama, land in Louisiana, land in Texas. It doesn't matter. Land.
You know what? The largest state, and I know you I hope you don't hear this the wrong way, but Alaska is huge. And on top of that, in Alaska, they can actually give you money just to be living there.
Now, I don't want to go all the way to Alaska because it's too cold. And
yeah, it is cold.
And why would we have to go way up there? And there's all of this land right here in continental U.S.
Well, where is, like, I understand you're talking
Oh, you're breaking up, sir. You're breaking up.
Foundational Black Americans.
Oh, you're breaking up, sir. Can you move
Apologies.
to the?
Now,
Can you move to the other part?
can you hear me better?
There you go. Just
Can
the
you hear me?
much better. Much better. Much better. Okay.
Okay,
Now,
okay.
now go ahead.
Well, here's the thing about it. Now we're talking about foundational Black Americans, and of course, I assume we're in agreement that this
Okay.
would not
You're breaking up.
include first generation immigrants.
Right. No, of course not. No, no, no. This is only going to be applied to the descendants of freedmen. All right.
Am I correct?
This is going to be the descendants of freedmen. Can you hear me, sir? You're breaking up very badly. You're breaking up. Can you move again? Go back to the other side of the trailer, probably near the gas pump of your trailer, and that will probably get a better reception. I can. You're breaking up very badly, sir. John, you still here, sir? Okay, John. John. Okay. Okay. We'll get John back in a minute. John is having some reception problems. Okay, so John. Okay, we'll get you back in a minute, John. Let's have you move to another part of the trailer. Let's get Kofi. Let's get Kofi Friedman in the building. Kofi Friedman. Oh yeah, we're making the reparations argument very very simple. It's not convoluted. It's not complicated. It's a very simple thing. Kofi, hop on. Kofi, let's unmute your microphone, sir.
Hey, what's going on, player? How you doing tonight? Well, this
I'm great.
morning.
Kofi, how are you, sir?
All right. I just want to just piggyback on what you were saying with that gentleman, the white cat you were speaking with. I'm a
Yes.
truck driver, man. Once you get outside the cities in the United States, land is land all over from east to west. People don't realize how much the United States, how much over land it is, especially when you got west like New Mexico or Arizona, even like parts like the California, everywhere. So I see it every day, and I just want to land my plane there.
Thank you. Man, talking about some damn Alaska. Man, please. Have y'all driven through Ohio? I remember me and my lady, we went to Ohio to buy our dog years ago. And we had to drive over there to the Amish, over there in the Amish country. Y'all know over there in central Ohio. And it's just like just miles and miles of just spacious land all in Ohio. You get outside of Cleveland and places like that, it's just miles of just fields of spacious land. So much land in this country, man. Please. Let's stop playing games. Justice, hop on.
Hey, yeah, this is Morgan Malachi. I was on my other account, my
Uh-oh.
organization
Oh,
account.
there you go. What's up? Um,
Stepside,
what's
yeah,
up, Morgan?
yeah, Stepside. We'll just do that. Yeah, so I was on here. I was listening to you. I don't. One point for this current conversation, I don't understand why we have to find land when we've been here. Yeah, so my land would be in the city of Philadelphia.
Right,
If you
right.
understand what I mean,
I
right?
don't
Like, what the fuck do I need to go to the plains for, or Alaska for? No, this is my land. White tether, European. I think that you need to start asking these white people their lineage because I do, and they don't stand up. So
There you
I
go.
won't even have a conversation with them. But yeah, so I don't. I guess I don't really have a question for you. I just thought that was poignant to the conversation. It's like, come on, dog. If you're going to uphold reparations, it's like, let's get to the business. A lot of these people shouldn't even be talking to us about shit because they're irrelevant to the conversation, and that goes for white and black. So we need to start G checking lineage, right? For white
Mm-hmm.
people.
Right, but I wanted to hear his argument. I really wanted to hear his counter arguments and what he thought about it. His phone was breaking up, and I want to get him back on here because I want to hear
Right, right.
just his whole thought pattern about it. But thank you so much,
I
Steps.
appreciate it.
Thank you so much. All right. Okay, let's get um the Grio. Okay, I think I'm pronouncing your name right. The Grio. I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I hope y'all don't hear my dog snoring in the back. You know, the big fat Yorkies be snoring their asses off. They can't breathe worth shit. DeGrio, go ahead, brother. Grio, go ahead and speak, man. Turn your microphone on, sir. And let us know what's on your mind, sir. All right. While we wait on him to get his phone game together, let's get wait, there you here?
Yo, Tariq, you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now, yes.
Yeah, Tariq, man. First of all, man, love what you do, man. I met you last year at the Human History Museum. It was dope, man. But real
Yes.
quick, today I'm at the buffet. I'm getting my food. I look up, brother taps me on the shoulder. He said, first thing out of his mouth, I am African. And I said, I can tell by looking at you. He said, well, I'm in the military and I can tell by body language. When you saw me, you reached for your pocket and you have nothing I want. I said, man, I'm not even thinking about you like that.
Wow.
He walked off.
What the
So
hell?
yeah, man. So these tethers, man, when you talk about that, the rent-free thing, it's real, man. I'll land there. And I'm FBA, by the way.
That's weird, man. That's weird as hell, dude. That's weird. But Lord, man, that is some weird stuff going on out here, man. Weird. Let's get back alley. Oh, I don't know if I should. This person in back alley abortion fetus. Okay. Oh, back alley.
Okay, don't laugh at my name. It's
Okay.
just I am a black woman.
Oh boy,
My
that black back alley abortion fetus. What kind of name is that, sis?
be tripping. I say whatever come to mind. But
Oh Lord.
two
Okay.
things I wanted to talk about.
Yes.
The first thing when we talk about this whole diaspora war thing, very fucking annoying. And let me tell you what I personally feel like, and let me know how you feel about it.
Yeah.
About what
And I
the
can tell you're
African.
FBA. I can tell.
Oh yeah, all the way.
Yeah, I
The
can. I can
problem.
tell the voice, and you can. There's kind of just the voice inflections and the energy, and just the spirit. You can tell. You can just
You
tell
can
it.
tell.
You can tell. You can tell. I don't. The tellers think they. We can tell. But go ahead, sis.
The problem with them is they are so upset that when we came here, y'all didn't even, first of all, you bitches didn't even come back to try to even fucking, y'all supposed to be these African warriors and these kings and these, we was kings and all that other shit that I really don't want to fucking hear about. We came over here, we created a whole new culture without y'all, made a way for everybody to fight for their rights. They follow us. They follow our blueprint to fight for their rights. They don't have a culture on their own. They go off to fucking London and England and name their fucking kids Mary Agnes and all that other shit. But you want to come over here and act like you can't pronounce Shaniqua, but you over here selling Tupac and Biggie shirts and shit at the fucking gas station. You're mad because we came over here, we made something out of nothing, we made something that is ours, that doesn't have to be attached to Africa because that's all that y'all have. That's all y'all have. We came
Mm-hmm.
over here and we did what we had to do, and then y'all want to bring y'all ass over here and set up African food shops selling fucking fufu and shit. And y'all mad because we made it here already. We made a way for them to come over here. Another thing is with their reparation shit, they find a way to give up everything else, to give to everybody else, to donate to everybody else. I don't give a fuck where you pull the land from. We can start with getting the land back from gentrification.
Yeah.
Give me my shit. It's not hard to look for it. Y'all can find these funds to pull from anywhere else for any other thing. But when it comes to reparations, it's just a big, well, what if? And what if with this? And where are we gonna get this? Wherever the fuck y'all pull it from anywhere else, any other time.
Mm-hmm. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, beloved. But
You're
yeah,
welcome.
family. Cash payments, land grants. You understand? There's so much land out here. And give us the land back. That listen, and we're gonna have to talk about this in DC next week, man. How these people forcibly removed us from our land all over this country. We got out of slavery and we said, okay, let's just leave us alone. We'll just get our farms and we start. investing in our little communities, and we were doing all right. And these folks were running us up off our lands and funneling us in all of these different places, and then building freeways in our business districts. They were sabotaging the hell out of us. So yeah, this white man talking about go to Alaska. Alaska, these nuts. Gotta go no damn Alaska. That's why I want him back on here. I wanted him to finish that gibberish he was talking. I wanted to hear the rest of that. Let's get Boss Physics in the building. Boss Physics, I see you got the hands up heavy. Boss Physics, hop on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is Crown K out of DC, aka the FBA Warrior.
Yes,
Can't
sir.
wait to see. Can't wait to see the family this Saturday. Everybody come. If anybody in the chat needs help as it pertains to finding food areas, venues, that famous mumble sauce that we have here in DC, I'm
Yes.
here to help. If you need hotels, locations, I'm here to help. I'm from Northwest DC, 33 years and counting. So I can't wait to see the family, and I also want to land the plane with this. We gonna get our reparations. That's number one. But apart with that, we need those anti-black race
Racism, crime
laws.
bill.
I mean, come on now. Come on now, and they need to be enforced as well. So we need to push
Right.
enforcement of those laws when we do get them, so that we can be free to have our restaurants, our schools, hospitals, so forth and so on. So I'm gonna land my plane with it. Can't wait to see everybody this Saturday. Peace.
Yes, sir. Thank you so much. Yeah, man. I can't wait for us to get out to DC this weekend, man. Oh man, I can't wait. Well, next weekend, next Saturday. Next Saturday is gonna be phenomenal in Washington, DC. So everybody start getting your carpools ready. Everybody. And also, man, the flyers. If you guys want to pass out flyers, y'all want to download the flyer and print them out and pass them around and let more people know, that's great too, because a lot of people have been asking me about that. And you can get the flyer off the Rally for Reparations website, or you can look on my Twitter feed and get that. Let's get Walter. Oh, proud American freedman. All right. Let's get Walter in the building. Mr. Walter.
On this night, buddy?
I'm good, Mr. Walter. What's going on with you? What city are you calling from?
I come from Texas down here. How you doing?
Tex-
Where you
I'm
from?
good. And I'm in Los Angeles. So,
All right, just no, I don't know much about you. First space I've gone into. Just thought I'd stop by and say hi, and just want to know what the whole FBA thing is all so far.
okay. Yeah, that's a foundational Black American. It's a descendant of freedmen. It's a non-immigrant, people who come from non-immigrant backgrounds in America.
How would you factor in the fact that much of the FBA-ness has been diluted over time due to the Black immigrant population mixing with your population and the Caribbean population mixing with your population? How would that be solved?
Most Caribbean populations don't mix in with us. That's not true at all.
But
We
I've
don't
met
really.
plenty of people who date Black American men who are of Caribbean backgrounds, Nigerian backgrounds, and other backgrounds. So
What
this is
about that?
actually false. Well, how can you take that into account where you have plenty of mixed breeds amongst your population who are of these other backgrounds? How would you handle the blood quantum of it all?
There are what backgrounds?
Caribbean backgrounds, African backgrounds, all these people who are in the country currently who have in fact mixed among your populations, or it's a proximity thing. Treating these places like New York and other places where these two people do congregate, they do happen to sometimes mix with your people, and then that offspring. How would you handle the blood
And
quantum?
and that's relatively recent.
It's recent, but it's happening regardless.
Yeah, so that doesn't have any effect on our general foundational Black American lineage. If somebody's dating a Caribbean, that doesn't
Well,
change the.
it
the thing.
does when that child is now born and then they end up having a mixed background and then they grow up. How would you handle the blood quantum? Will we say there's percentages to where they be considered more FBA or not? How would that be handled?
If you have a parent or you have one part of your lineage that goes back to the beginning of this country, then you are of a foundational Black American lineage. You're still a foundational Black American.
Hmm. It doesn't
You see how
track.
that works? It's real simple. It's not rocket
Then what
science.
stopped these populations from simply diluting your gene pool to the point to where, hey, they're just simply among you, and then the meaning of FBA is meaningless because there's been a massive ethnogenesis and these populations have simply mixed into yours. So that makes the whole FBA-ness over time meaningless because you've all just clustered together.
Yeah, that's more of a kind of a rhetorical fantasy type of mindset because that's not
It's not
reality.
a rhetorical fantasy. This factually happens over time. It happened over
It
time.
has.
It happens to every population in the world. Over time, different populations cluster together, and it's a proximity thing. And over time, they mix together, and these populations just become one. It happened to the white Americans and very other ethnicities across history. That's
Well,
why
hell,
you have Italians, Scots, Irish, etc.
well, the thing is, a lot of the so-called white Americans, basically, they came from these different ethnic backgrounds, and they left those ethnic backgrounds behind in order to be white. That's part of the requirement of whiteness. You have to leave some of your um, ethnic otherness. You got to leave that at the
I think
door.
that's not a simplification of what actually happened. What happened is the Anglo-Saxons primarily came to the continent, and over time, as we had white immigration to the continent to work on the factories and agriculture, etc., they had to sort of anglicize themselves into the Anglosphere. You're taking a massive factor out of this and just saying, oh, whiteness. No, whiteness is far more complicated than that, and you're simplifying it to a very dull level, personally, if you don't take
Really?
account multiple histories.
Well, no, they made it very simple. If certain groups are not white, you're going to be othered and you're going to be mistreated. And once you become part of the white club, then you're going to get benefits, privileges, and protections that other people don't get. And this has been very, very constant for the last couple of hundred years here
Do
on
you
this.
think any ethnic group can simply just become white? Is that your view of
No,
it?
they have to be allowed into whiteness by the white supremacists. They have
But
to be
whiteness is a factual thing amongst
what
different European groups. Like you can't just be a
what
Hispanic
say that
or
slow down because I didn't I just want you're breaking up a little bit now. Start that sentence again, please.
sorry. What I'm saying is you can't. Nobody can just easily come to whiteness. You have to be of at least a European background. A random Asian or Hispanic cannot be white. That's just
Uh,
factual.
Not true, sir. That's not true.
It is true. If you ask
They've
any people,
allowed Hispanics to classify themselves as white.
they're not socially seen as white though. Many Hispanics I've
Many of
met,
them,
they're called brown most of the time, or
uh-huh.
non-white. So there's a
Sir,
non-white Hispanic
sir,
category in
sir,
America that many do
sir,
fill.
sir. Nick Fuentes is not considered brown. He's a suspected white supremacist, and he's
I
Hispanic.
consider him brown.
Right. But Nick Fuentes is Hispanic, and he's a suspected white supremacist.
Well, the reason why he's quote unquote white is because he has a lot of European admixture in his family because his
Mhm.
father had already mixed with a random white woman. So maybe in some circles he may be considered white, but most people consider him Mexican, Latinx, as you call them.
Right. So they play some of these little ethnic games, but at the end of the day, they let these people into the white club. Now, within the white supremacist ethnosphere, they might kind of bicker on who's white enough. But when it comes to them dealing with black people, they're all on the same code. The name of the game is anti-blackness.
Well, no, this is just because none of these are non-black groups. They have no kinship with you. So of course, you have to understand when you live in a capitalist country, and you have to understand this isn't a whiteness thing. These are different groups in the country all vying for power. There are various non-white groups and white groups that are vying for their own slice of the American pie, and these are real realities. And some of those groups are white, but most of them that you see are non-white and don't exactly identify with what it means to be white or Western in the
Right.
actual traditional
Now,
sense.
now, Walter, let me ask you this. Now, what part of Europe did your family come from? Were you going to say Germany?
On my mother's side of the family tree, they came from Germany.
Right. I knew you were going to say Germany.
On my
And
mother's side of the
and
family,
on your dad's side, what part?
he's FBA actually. That's a part of my admixture. He was
No,
a what you'd call a Black American. Yeah.
your dad was a black American. Why are you so white? Why are your skin? Somebody sent me a picture. You're lily white.
I'm not really that white. If you look at my profile picture, which is AI generative, I'm fairly olive or bronze skinned, as you'd say.
But you said it's AI generated, but your actual picture, you're a lily white.
Who sent you that photo, though? If
Yeah,
I'm
there's a picture of
supposed to
you like kind of flexing your muscles. You got your shirt off, and you are a pure mayonnaise white.
Whatever you say.
So why are you trying to be deceptive about your background? Are
I'm
you
not
ashamed
being
of?
deceptive. If
Are you
you go
ashamed
by
of?
North
Are you
American
ashamed? Are
standards,
you
I am
ashamed of
colored.
your? Are you ashamed of your whiteness?
No, not really. But if you actually look at certain demographics across the country, there are various other colored groups that maybe you may not consider the
But
last,
but
but they're a
slow
part
down.
of the
No,
ethos.
no, slow down. But
I
slow down. So I just wanted to know why were you being deceptive? Why are you being deceptive?
I'm not being deceptive. I'm going by North American standards.
Because see, now that's a part of white supremacy, deception, sir. You don't want to
I'm,
be. You don't want to practice white supremacy
I'm not. How am I practicing white supremacy here? I'm not really.
because you are being deceptive. You're being deceptive because you are a white man.
No, sorry. I'm 30% black.
How does that work? How are you 30% black?
30% of my admixture is of black descent within America.
That's not true because you can't quantify your.
I
eth-
can quantify. I have
How
genetics
can you
and
quantify it by
proof.
percentages? How
Uh,
could you quantify that by
It's blood
percentages?
quants, and we've done this for fucking years. Like, for example, many Black Americans have different Euro admixtures, so 20%, 10%, because of what happened on the plantations and mixing that happened with the certain ethnic groups like the Italians and Irish over time. So you could quantify these things. It's pretty easy.
No. What you
This is
just
a
said,
provable statistic.
Walter, what you said was babble, sir.
This isn't babble. It's a statistical proof that there are 80% of the population of America does have, like Black American population, America does have differing admixtures of European DNA. Like this is a fact. You can quantify these things.
Okay. Walt, I just wish you wouldn't be deceptive. Just
I'm
really,
not being deceptive. You
you
could
don't
ask
have
Reeps. Reeps personally knows me. I'm
to.
well aware of your community just a little bit, not the full ideology, but you could ask Reeps here. He's in your audience and he knows me fairly well. And he could easily tell you, yeah, this guy, he calls me White Walter sometimes or Black Walter sometimes as a joke.
All
So
right,
he's
where's
definitely
Re-Ups? Where's Re-Ups? Re-Ups, you in here? All right, let's get Re-Ups in here. Let me get Re-Ups. All right.
yeah, I just want to get my FBA card proven by him.
Brother Re-Ups. Where's Re-Ups? All right. Because, yeah, because
Oh yeah,
let's,
help a brother out here. Get my
yeah,
FBA card approved by
because I
Tariq.
talk from a, okay, how do I post? I want to post your picture in here. And how can I put this stuff on the Jumbotron here? Okay, I want to put this on the Jumbotron. Okay, okay,
By
here
the
we go.
way, hold on. That photo, like, I was less tanned in that photo. That was like, because like I kind of look like Stephen Curry a little, so cut me some slack. All right.
No, okay, family. If you look above, this is Walter. All right.
Oh, wait, hold on. That's not me. Hold on. That's not me. That's based off a comment that Nick Fuentes made on another white guy's post. That's not me.
It's at the beginning, so that's not you.
Yeah, no. Why would I? That's based. If you look at the full screenshot, that's Nicholas J. Fuentes responding to some random guy, and I responded to that in the screenshot. So you're basing
Oh,
that.
okay.
You got to look at a full post before you make judgment calls, Tariq.
Okay. But yeah, I'm just listening to, and then that seems like you're posting a picture of yourself, and you
Yeah,
sound
I
like,
know, but you got to look at the full screenshot. It's Nick Fuentes responding to somebody.
yeah, and yeah, you clicked in with white supremacists, so even that,
No, if you look at the actual post, I was making fun of Nicholas J. Fuentes with it
right. So
because I
you're
think
white.
he's a faggot.
So what is it about you, the suspected white supremacists? You guys are you sit around in these 4chan circles
What
bragging
4chan circles?
about, but you're very ashamed of your whiteness to a certain degree. What's that about?
I'm not ashamed of my whiteness. I'm just going by North American standards. Nobody in their right mind would consider me to be white because of my admixtures that I have. You could ask Reeps, bring Reeps up here. You could explain to you. I've been in his spaces and we've talked about this in detail.
Yeah, I invited Re-Ups. I don't know if Re-Ups wants to talk right now, but yeah, you sound like,
Reeps, help a brother out, man. Like Tariq is going to
yeah,
take away my FBA card. Help me out, man.
right. Yeah, you definitely is. Don't sound nothing like no FBA stuff going on with you.
Is it the voice that's fucking with me a little bit here?
What, the voice? No, 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 no. It ain't the voice. It's the ideologies. You know, it's the idea.
You
Yeah,
can at
because
least
yeah,
tell someone race by their voice
you
alone.
couldn't, yeah, you couldn't come from an FBA father at all.
Well, my father was a veteran and he was black, so.
I don't believe that. I don't believe that. Yeah, this smells like tether juice written all
Tether
over.
juice, tether. No, that's
Tether.
very far.
Yes, indeed. All right, man. So anyway, thank you so much, Walter. You're just kind of babbling at this point.
Yeah,
Oh,
but I
yeah, thank you. Okay. All right. He's one of these suspected white supremacist time wasting trolls. All right. Okay, let me get John back in. I'm gonna get John back in a second. Let me get um Ella Mexum, then I get John. I'll get you back in, John. I didn't forget about you. I hope you got your phone together. All right. What's up, Ella Mexum?
Oh, what's up, man? Why did you let that babbling, stuttering incel buffoon keep talking, man? That
Yeah, because
Jordan.
I wanted him to go ahead and admit that he's out here bunny hopping. He got some. I just wanted him to go ahead and admit that. So I just wanted to walk him into that confession to prove. Because when he started going in on the sisters, oh, the problem is these black women. Oh Lord, okay, nigga, okay, where'd you go to school? Iowa. Oh, there we go. So just let him keep talking to show you what his real thing was. You know,
Yeah, and that's incel babble. A lot of his
it
talking points are from incels, but I wanted to say a few things. When they talk about the black on black crime, you've alluded to white crime is underreported. You're talking about there's 100 to 200,000 people missing each year that are from these white sex trafficking rings, organ trafficking rings, all of that. So you want to talk about bodies on bodies and violence. Their crime isn't even reported. So when they're
right,
tough on crime, it's a lot of times this young nigga stealing candy bars from stores, and you want to be tough on something dumb like that. So
right,
no, we're not on crime bills. And also, man, it's one thing that frustrates me. You don't toot your horn enough, man, as far as you put money on brothers that get caught up in the legal system, getting some of these brothers out of jail. If we want to donate to you because of what you do for our community, let us go, man. I don't know why these tellers keep, you get this money, Marcus Sanders, and that Marcus Sanders shit is weak too. I
right.
know
And
you got to be frustrated with that.
not
So
at
I just
all.
want to
That's
say,
not even an insult to me. I don't even trip on that.
yeah, but I just want to say, obviously me and my family, we appreciate you. We donate to most of your causes and everything.
Yes,
And
sir.
and,
Yes,
and love to do it. Love to see you shining because you do so much for the community. It's
yes,
not
sir.
like you don't put money back into it,
Oh yeah.
donating and doing all the things you do. So I kind of wanted to just toot your horn about that, but I'll
My man.
land my plane there.
I appreciate that, brother. But man, this brother LMX made some very good points, man. This is I don't let people dump that whole black crime shit on us like we're just super criminals. The thing is, with black people, the crime that's among black people is overreported. We get overemphasized with crime. The people in the dominant white society, listen, when they give crime stats to the FBI, that's voluntary. They don't have to give the crime stats. When you see them FBI crime statistics, that's voluntarily given by local law enforcement. So, yeah, they're going to show you every black person who created or committed a crime. They're going to overemphasize that. Even if, like the brother said, if a black person stole a bag of chips, they're going to put it down as an armed robbery or something. Yeah, we get over represented with crime. They don't even report white crime for the most part. They don't report that. They're not required to report it. That shit gets brushed under the rug, man. Let's keep it a buck. The drug crimes, they don't report that. And we know white people be drugging out like crazy. They don't report them drug crimes like that. You dig? They underreport their crimes and justify their crimes. They justify white murders. They sit up and say, well, it's self defense. Y'all got to remember, George Zimmerman, Rittenhouse, these people committed blatant murders. They're not documented as murderers. What they did wasn't even considered a crime. You understand what I'm saying? These are just the high profile cases. So yeah, I don't let black people or any white people, anybody come around us with that. Well, the problem with y'all and all that crime, ain't no all that crime. We don't have a centralized criminal unit where everybody's complicit. And when old dude, well, you know these black women love them pookies and ray rays. Yeah, that's incel talk. This is a nigga who's mad that all the fine sisters were not getting with him. Yeah, that's incel talk. So what these Negroes do, they'll try to um, relax their anxiety by saying, well, she didn't want me. She must want some thugs. She trying to get Pookie and Ray Ray. No, she just got a nigga with some game. That's what she did. The sisters went and got a nigga with a mouthpiece on him. She didn't want no square, corny, potential Sambo. The sisters, listen, Negroes, especially FBA sisters. FBA sisters can smell coon juice on you niggas a mile away, all right? Let me just tell y'all the real deal about FBA sisters. They can smell a coon ass Sambo, or if a nigga got a coon spirit, they can smell it on you, dude. No matter how tough you try to act, or no matter how you try to hide it, FBA sisters can just kind of smell some corny sauce on you, and it ain't about your education level. They can see that, okay, this nigga might be a coon. And they know not to be invested in no coon. You understand? They can smell it and they can sense it on you. You dig? They can feel the lack of confidence. They can tell if a Negro is gonna go buck dancing in front of white folks. Women, the sisters don't respect no nigga like that. Sisters do not respect no Negro who's gonna be out here buck dancing in front of white people. That's the last thing they're gonna respect. Sisters respect bosses. They respect the brother who can go out here and grind and go out here and get it. Or a dude, if he's working, this brother's doing his best at his job. This dude is being thorough. He's being consistent. They respect dudes who are thorough. Some street dudes. If a street dude is thorough, sisters will fuck with him too. Yeah. Not that he's a Pookie or Ray Ray. Let's get this Pookie Ray Ray stuff together. Because there's a difference between a street dude and a dusty nigga. It ain't the same. All right? A lot of sisters ain't getting with Pookies and Ray Rays. They ain't really getting with dusty niggas either. They might get with a street cat. Yeah, if you see a street cat out here who's a boss and he's getting paper out here on the streets, yeah, some sisters might be like, okay, I'll fuck with that nigga. Some sisters might say, okay, yeah, that nigga's a boss. You know? But I promise you, they don't want a dusty Ray Ray. They don't want no dusty ass nigga who ain't doing nothing. They don't want a dusty Square, or they don't want no dusty Pookie or Ray Ray. And again, the Pookie and Ray Ray has become like a catch-all phrase. And I'm telling you, as a former street dude myself, the last thing we liked to be around were dusty Pookie and Ray Rays. Those are the last type of niggas we wanted around anything we had going on. Street dudes don't like dusty niggas around because dusty niggas will mess everything up. Dusty niggas make the block hot. You understand? Dusty niggas snitch. You feel me? So yeah, you don't want dusty niggas around. So you don't throw all of them in the same bag. Ain't the same. Yeah, will a sister get with a hustler, a dude who's a hustler? Yeah, they might get with a dude who's a hustler. But that dude who's hustling on the streets, that dude will eventually be the kind of dude who hustles in the legitimate world. A lot of dudes who are in the streets who are real thorough with their hustling, they got some legitimate stuff going on too. So they kind of dip in and out of the game, got one foot in the game, one foot in some square shit. So sisters can respect that. They can see this nigga, okay, he's trying to get about this thing, and I'm going to ride with him. I'll roll with this nigga and we both get out the game. You know, shit like that. Because we understand the circumstances that we've been put in this country. Sometimes niggas got to hit that blade and go out here and get some paper. And then you square the fuck up later on. You did? But putting that on some Pookie and Ray Ray stuff, yeah, that ain't got nothing to do with these little dusty liquor store robbing niggas. And no, that's something totally different. Totally different, man. Totally different. So yeah, dude is kind of spitting some intel stuff. So yeah, you get you a white girl, You're edgy to the white girl. See, you're not edgy to one of these sisters, especially one of these FBA sisters. You're not edgy to them. You better have a mouthpiece. Now you go get a white girl, and yeah, just because you black, you edgy. She thinks she doing something, and you think you doing something. Yeah. Authenticate, whatever your name is.
Hey, how's it going, Tariq? How you doing?
I'm good. Now, what's your name, sir?
Authenticated reality.
There you go. And what's the? I don't want to use that long name when I address you. Give me a nickname. What can we call you? What do your friends call you?
Uh, the anti-Neanderthal exterminator.
Okay, so I'll just call you Mr. Mayo. So where you? What state are you in, sir, Mr. Mayo?
I'm in Oregon.
Oregon. There you go. So what's on your mind?
Yeah, look, thanks for having me on. I appreciate everything you do, of course. This is a very important period for Black Americans, especially foundational Black Americans.
Now
You
let me
know,
ask you this. Slow down. Slow down. Now I hear a Canadian accent. When did you move down to Oregon from Canada?
excuse me?
Did you move to Oregon from Canada? I hear a Canadian accent.
Yeah, I did.
Okay. What part of Canada were you from?
Uh, Montreal.
Montreal. Okay. So you're French? Kind of a French thing? French guy?
Yeah, sort of.
Okay.
I don't speak, like, my parents speak it quite a bit, but
Yeah.
I didn't really
I
take
can
the
I
time.
can hear, I can hear the French thing in there too. But go ahead. Okay, go ahead. Just wanted to establish we're talking to a Canadian guy from French ancestry who now lives in Oregon. So there we go. Go ahead.
Yeah, so there's obviously a concerted effort from not just white people, but also Jewish people as well, to stoke the flames of a race war in America. And look, I am gonna call out some people. So that the Barstool
No, no, no.
founder.
Let's no, no, no. Let's just talk about what we're talking about. This thing, because what happens is you start trying to break white supremacists up in different groups, and that's a you problem. My problem is both white supremacist groups are against me. So if y'all have some kind of ethnic bickering going on between who splits the money that you steal, it's like a criminal gang. You're robbing everybody, and then y'all bickering with each other on who's going to split the money, and then you want us to get involved in your argument with two criminal gangs. Like you just robbed me, but you want me to be sympathetic to one gang because the other one didn't want to split the money with you. No, I'm not sympathetic to no group of white supremacist suspects or anti-black racists. If you come from any background and both of you are anti-black racists, I don't differentiate between none of you. Do I make myself clear with that, sir?
Yeah, of
There we
course.
go. So we're not going to start that. Well, whites and the Jewish and the Hispanic, and we ain't doing that. Because you have anti-black racists within all of those groups, and they're all against me. So
Yeah,
you're
absolutely.
all right. So now let's get into this. What do you think about reparations for foundational Black Americans? How do you feel about that? Do you support
Uh,
that?
yeah, of course. It's
Yeah.
deserved.
Yes,
It's
sir.
deserved, absolutely.
Yes, indeed.
Whatever the Jews got for their reparations should be what foundational Black Americans should get as well.
Why
The
didn't
Jews
you?
suffered from the
But
Holocaust.
what about the natives? What about the red natives? Huh?
I mean, I don't even think they get as much as the Jews do in terms of reparations.
They get a
Obviously, they
lot.
are.
They
Go
get a
ahead.
lot. Yeah, they get a
They get a
lot.
lot. Yeah, well, I mean, foundational Black Americans are entitled to whatever they get as well. Look, the thing
Right.
is that
Right.
whenever whenever they're anti-reparations, they don't want to mention that every other group or demographic that has been discriminated against in history have received their reparations, except from foundational Black Americans. So
That is
it's
correct.
really a no-brainer. And they're going to use the crime statistics. They're going to say, well, all Black Americans are criminals and 1350, etc. So they don't deserve reparations. It's bullshit. You just need to ignore it. You need to focus on the fact that over the past, what was it, 500, 600 years of
Mhm.
segregation, slavery, Jim Crow laws, redlining, you name it, every single racist policy that they could have possibly enacted, they enacted. and they haven't paid their dues. They haven't paid reparations. They haven't atoned for what they did in the past. And
Absolutely.
like it's
Absolutely.
not like we're stupid, right? Obviously, when they say, well, my no one alive today was a slave, and my ancestors weren't slaves. That's obviously not the point. What they're doing, that's a clear deflection tactic and a red herring. The point is, and I know someone made a video about it. It's the way in which generational wealth was passed down from their ancestors, which they are now reaping the benefits of. And if you look to South Africa, the detractors, that they really don't have a high IQ. If you look to South Africa, the apartheid was only what ended 30 years ago, I think, at most, or maybe like 30 to 50 years ago. So the apartheid, they I don't even know if the blacks in South Africans have received their reparations, but what I actually admire.
All right, thank you. You okay? Thank you, sir. Let me land your plane. You just kind of going on and on. Thank you. I get the point. Thank you so much. Let me get some more people. All right, all right. You just kind of going on, and I don't. Okay, we've already emphasized many of those talking points, so you're preaching to the choir. But thank you. Just had to go ahead and land that plane. I don't know. This guy's just gonna go on and on. Lightning, hop on.
Good evening, good morning.
What's up, Lightning? How are you?
I'm doing well. Yourself?
I'm good, man. What's on your mind, Lightning?
Um, so tomorrow, well, later today, I'm going to a day party. It's a Caribbean cowboys and cowgirls day party.
What's a Caribbean cowboy? Like, historically, what the hell is that? What cowboys did they have in the Caribbean?
So I think that's the reason I'm going. I'm gonna go.
Oh, okay, okay,
I'm
okay,
I'm gonna go find out.
okay.
Um, uh, uh, it's a birthday party for an influencer. So I don't like it maybe maybe it's just a theme, but I'm going to just to find out. And
Oh,
obviously
I would love to see just the historical relevance of a Caribbean cowboy. What was that? What would that look like? Uh,
uh, uh, uh hey, it beats me,
yeah,
honestly. um I'm New York born, American born, so I'm genuinely just going for the ladies, but
there you go. All right,
uh,
well, let's post it. Let us know what happens there. All right. Thank you. Let's get John back in. Let's get John. We were discussing reparations earlier, and John was kind of giving us some of his thoughts and just brainstorming with John. Mr. John, you want to hop back on? I hope you got better reception over there in that trailer. Yeah, I know how it is at night when the dish antenna ain't turned the right angle. All right, but hop on, John, if you can. All right. And while John is waiting to get on, let's get Geo Boxing Empire. Geo Boxing Empire in the building. And we are deep in here tonight. Shout out to everybody in the room. All right. Geo. All right, Geo, where you at, brother? All right. So let's try Vibe. Geo ain't saying nothing. Let's get Vibe. And just people, if you're ready to speak, just raise your hand. So I'm not just letting people up who's been sitting on hold for a minute. Some of y'all might be kind of dozing off, especially out there on the East Coast. Some of y'all got to get ready for church in a couple of hours. All right, Vibe.
Yeah, what's up, Tariq? How you doing, brother?
I'm good, brother.
I'm
Vibe.
doing
What's on
great.
your
Nice
mind,
to
man?
speak to you, brother. You've been doing some great work. Microphone check is awesome.
Thank
That was a great film, so I appreciate
you.
what you did, brother.
I
Yeah,
appreciate it. Thank you so much.
yeah, I have a
Hey,
question, brother, because you have some people in our community. I don't really like throwing out names, but my nephew was, he came across, he be on TikTok. He's 13 years old, and he came across Charleston White. And he came across it because what he told me, he came up and told me, he was like, Uncle, why I'm kind of ashamed of being black. So I'm like, what the hell? What you been listening to? What you been looking at? Then I went down his feed And one thing about a lot of these social media, people got to be really, especially FBA, got to be really careful, especially the young kids about looking at social media like these TikTok platforms that promote anti-black rhetoric all day. See, because
Right,
I went down this feed
right,
and every 3, 4 videos, it's all black people is this, black people is that. Then you read the comments, damn near like it'd be like 3,000 comments talk about, yeah, we don't want to be around them. So I was like, I told my sister, I'm like, sis, but I educated my nephew, and he understood. I educated him. He was like, man, throughout this life, throughout the years you keep on progressing through life, anti-blackness is a real thing. And he's young, so I had to really. So I tell all the FBA people, like, be careful what your kids listening to because they have some type of animosity towards what they look like because they're listening to
right.
people and how the social media platforms. Because I listened to one of your podcasts last year about anti-blackness in some of these um these social media platforms. I'm talking about it's deep, brother. Every 5, 6 videos, and black people, this black. You got the Arabs, the whites, the Asians. It's like God. But see, me, I'm older. I'm 33 years old. I understand it, so it don't really bother me. But the young kids, they have to really be careful of listening to certain podcasts and certain people because then they start questioning who they are. So I want to say this, brother. I just want.
Right,
Can you speak on
right.
that for a minute, brother, if that's possible? Thank you, brother.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Very good point. That's a very good point this brother made. Listen, you have a lot of just like the gentleman who called up earlier, the black conservative. Let me talk to black men for a minute. There's niggas out here who will do anything for attention and say anything for attention. And a lot of cats know I can get a lot of views. Well, they're thinking to themselves, if I get out here and say something slick about black folks, just throw some shit out there, say some shit that white folks like to hear, I get a lot of clicks and views. These white people will click on my page. I get a lot of clicks if I say something greasy about black folks. And this shit gets all on TikTok, and dudes get out here, just like the guy called up, talking about crime and black people need to do this and like it's not coming from a place of constructiveness. When you if you say that, anybody who sits here talking about what black folks need to do, let's see your track record of you actually putting in the work and accomplishing things right now to rectify it for real, for real. Because what happens is young black kids see all of that coonery and they internalize that stuff. They're like, oh God, I have a black person who's older saying all of these horrible things about us black people. And that's a shameful thing to do, to be that type of coon so that kids can see you cooning as a black man. That's some shameful shit to do. You're not being constructive. Most of y'all niggas just doing it for a click. You're doing it for a YouTube click. And to put that energy on black kids so you can get a YouTube click, that's real bitch made. But we got a lot of bitch made cats out here. That's not honorable. It's not respected. It's just you punking out for these white people. And that's what it's about. It's nothing more, nothing less. These niggas are trying to get clicks and some type of adulation from some white viewers. If you got to do anything for a click, you know, that's a shameful thing. And we don't need more bitch niggas. We already got enough of them. We're flooded with bitch niggas. We need soldiers and we need riders. And that's what we try to promote. And that's what we try to raise. And this is what we try to inspire. We try to inspire these kids to think like riders, to think like revolutionaries, to think like leaders, to think like bosses. You see, we try to give them that boss energy, that boss spirit. We try to show from example. When these kids see, and I show by example, you see what I do. When these kids see how we put the stuff together, when they go to a theater and see a packed out theater, of black people watching a black film produced by a black production company funded by the black grassroots. That makes black children proud. Y'all saw how those black kids were at the microphone check screenings around the country. You saw those black children walking out with pride. Just the whole atmosphere is a prideful atmosphere. You see, you have black adults putting things together that's fly, showing positive images of them so they can say, hey, shit, that's what I want to be. I want to be like the people on the screen. I want to be like the people here in this theater because we attract upstanding black people. I want to be like the people who produce this. You understand? When we put our events together, the Rally for Reparations, the last one we did, thousands of people came out. We have wonderful children out there, young people, proud to be around black adults who's standing on business, standing up for them and their lineage, speaking up for them and not tap dancing for white mommy and white damn daddy. Kids see this stuff. All of this performative cooning that dudes do, especially if you're a grown ass man or even an older man, that's some shameful ass nonsense to even represent yourself like that for kids. But you got a lot of people out here, man, with that loser mentality. They're losers, so they're like, they want everybody else to lose with them. So we got to understand when we have psychological terrorists among us, you better watch these people who try to hide their psychological terrorism behind some type of conservatism. I just want to keep it real with the black community. People's hating on me because I'm conservative. No, Negro, you're sitting out here performing for white people and denigrating black people and black children. And then you get signal boosted, and our children have to watch coons like you. No. And then we have to counter program that. I got to put out more movies so that we can counter program your coonery. You see? Family, family, do y'all know? And some brother called up early. He said, you don't toot your horn enough. And I don't. I really don't. I really don't. I'm a very humble person. A lot of y'all don't know half the shit that I've done for folks. I don't really like bragging about it. I just kind of do it. But family, but I will give credit to something because this was a community thing. The Hidden Colors series, and that was a community thing. That was you, the grassroots, the phenomenal speakers that we put in the film, so many wonderful speakers, and me putting that thing together. Family, the Hidden Colors series, man, every single day, people come up to me and they tell us how that series, watching that, changed the lives of them and their families just by the thousands. I would say by the millions, because that was a very successful series. The Hidden Colors 1 through 5 that reverberated all around the world. That reverberated. They teach it in schools and classes and universities all around the world. A lot of folks, well, yeah, some of y'all know that, but yeah, they teach that parts of the Hidden Colors series, and that woke a lot of people up. That put a lot of people up on game because we made this film series in a way that would appeal to the social media audience. And everybody took to it and it took off. And that woke a lot of people up. That saved the minds of millions of people. That had a huge impact. We really don't, the family, you know what's interesting? We might have to do a documentary about the Hidden Color series itself and the impact that it had globally. That would be just the impact of the Hidden Color series and how that just kind of changed the game. That would be a great documentary within itself. You understand? Everybody was on that. Just everybody was up on it. Colin Kaepernick was up on that. That inspired him to do that big protest, the taking the knee. That's I was corresponding with them during that. Just global. Prince, the artist that we know as Prince. Prince would make people watch Hidden Colors That's what Janelle Monáe said. She tweeted that. She said he would make people watch it. When he died and they were showing videos of his house, in his room, there were hidden color DVDs in his bedroom. Prince, we're talking about the artist known as Prince. I mean, this thing was huge, 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 huge all around the world, man. The impact of the Hidden Colors series, man. We're going to have to do a documentary just showing just that impact and when it came out and those sold out screenings all over the world, and then how we did Hidden Colors 5, and then the film. I got banned. That's one of the reasons why they banned me from Britain, because of the Hidden Colors series. Then they banned the movie, and they were about to have a riot up there in Britain because they were trying to ban Hidden Colors from being shown out there. Those brothers about to turn the hell up there. Yeah, that's something that really needs to be studied. We might have to do a documentary about that. Let's get Mr. Amar. Okay, Mr. Amar. Hope I'm pronouncing your name right, sir. Yes, sir. I can hear you, Amar.
Brother. I was tuned in deep. I appreciate you allowing me to speak right now. What I wanted to expound on is, the fact that there's so many men of good stature presented here right now. We more than have the capabilities to not only set the standard of what needs to be, but we can actually push forth that effort of correcting our status and getting things done that we need to get. As you have seen with the motion that you had, sir, with the Hidden Colors movie and the other things that you've brought forward, we have the power and the capability. We have the voices necessary needed. It's like, when are we going to just stop focusing on everybody around us and focus on us 100%? Because we got these other detractors coming in trying to distract us from the biggest picture of all, which is correcting our status and getting our land back and getting what's ours. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
I don't want to be sitting here looking back in my 60s and 70s, hearing my great grandkids, my grandkids having the same conversations we have. You know what I mean? Because like, what are we doing? And I appreciate the effort that y'all all putting in, but man, there's like this fire inside of me that it's well overdue that we need to be establishing ourselves, because we are doing a dishonor to our ancestors.
Yeah, absolutely, man. I agree with that, brother. Very good speaking right there, man. Real good talk. All right. John, I tried to get you back on, man. Your phone is real janky, John. And I keep trying to let you on, and you got a struggle phone over there, brother. But yeah, let's let you get you a new phone. You got to go down to the local Piggly Wiggly and see if they got a phone for you down there, brother. Let's get Edge of Kindness in the building. Edge of Kindness. All right. Edge.
Yo, Tariq, how's it going, man?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good, thanks, bro. Hey, man, I appreciate everything you do, man. And I want to talk about, obviously, with the kind of things that are going on right now on this app, on this X app. They are. Have you seen? I was hoping that you could speak on the culture war that's going on with Caitlin Clark in the WNBA. If you could talk a bit about that and
Yeah,
the narratives.
they're really trying to signal boost her and make her a thing. They're really overemphasizing that woman. Let's be real. The reason why the WNBA is hot is because of Angel Reese. It's because of Angel Reese. Angel Reese made the shit hot. So what they did, they knew Angel Reese was going to get a bunch of shine. So they quickly, the white media all got on code, and they started to signal boost this Caitlyn woman. They really started just overly emphasizing her and pushing her out there and just making it all about her as a reaction to the Angel Reese organic shine that Angel was getting. That's all it is. This Caitlyn woman, they're making it seem like she's the new Larry Bird. She's the great white hope. Oh, everybody's watching because of her. Oh, look at her numbers. She ain't got too many wins. They can't point to no damn wins. So, well, she shot these many points and she did these many points in her first 9 games, but they lost most of the damn games. So again, they're really trying to make her a thing.
Yeah.
And I get white society doing it. That's fine. The only thing I have a problem with are these Sambo Negroes who were sitting up here putting the cape on to, I guess
Yeah.
their bosses told them that, but that was shameful. I didn't like that at all. These Negroes up here with the cape on for that woman and denigrating the sisters. Oh, them black women is just jealous. Oh, that good old white buttermilk complected Caitlin. Oh, they so jealous of her. Okay, when you got Negroes doing that, that's shameful. That's very shameful. Yeah, but it is what it is. All right, we got a lot of people in here, and it's very late. But I'm gonna get up out of here because I've been on here long enough, and I got things to do, ladies and gentlemen. But I think we had a very good, constructive dialogue with the callers tonight. Um, Family, don't forget, Rally for Reparations Juneteenth celebration is going down next Saturday in Washington, D.C. Let everybody know. You head on down there. Um, Go to rallyforreparations.com. People can still put something on the donation, the GoFundMe, because it's a big thing we're putting together. It's a lot of work and resources needed, and it's a free event, and it's for the family, man. And y'all need to come on out, man. We're going to have a great time next week. We're going to have a great time next week. All right, let me get out of here. Y'all be good. Puppy Akute, Lola Vuve to the family. Peace.